And welcome to Let's Fly VFR. Today we're going to take a bit of a jaunt around in DCS World and have a look at the FacetrackNOIR, which I thought might have been a good option as opposed to trying to do all the video work from a VR flight. So just using the F-18 to have a quick jaunt around and just see how effective it is, because I haven't used it for a while and thought I'd go back and revisit it. So getting the seat slid back a bit is a really good idea, and that's done with I think it was Control, Shift and the backslash key. You can slide yourself back and get a little bit of room. So we're going to have a bit of fun low level in the Hornet and just see how effective it is. I've still got a little bit of tuning work to do, but I can see left and right pretty well. It's looking up, which I still need a little bit more sensitivity. I can just look a little bit forward, but when it comes to doing air-to-air, I think it's going to need quite a bit more than that. So, but it is very, very worthwhile. And I guess the other part, if you're like myself, liking to make videos and share them with the community, is that this is a lot simpler to edit as well. So you can go either path. In the previous video, I did the VR videos, and we just really stretched them out. But this is maybe a quicker way to go. So getting there from DCS to get into check your FaceTrack settings, and you can see my happy smiling face there. This is what I was using at the time. So you have your basic up, your left and rights, which are yours that are on the left there. You've got pitch up and pitch down, and then you've got roll, which you really don't need in this situation. And the translations will let you go side to side, forward and back, and up and down, which I won't focus them on too much, but I'll give you a quick look at those to see where I was up to. I'm still, you know, as you can see, this is not the final settings. I've been playing around with this a bit, and they've moved since I did this, but I thought I would just again highlight it to you that this is available. It's only a few dollars, guys, so providing you have a room that is reasonably lit. And I don't mean you have to have the sun on your face or anything, you just need a light in your room is normally enough, and as long as you can see your face clearly, as you can see me in this video, and you can see it tracking my face, my eyes. It doesn't, if your light is a little bit on the low side, it doesn't always like to track you if you have glasses on initially. I find when it's a little bit dark, and when I've used this a lot of times, the surrounding area, as you look there, you can see would be dark and you wouldn't be able to see the room behind me. So with the light on above me, it certainly works fantastically, I've got to say. So I'm really happy with that. So I'm looking forward to doing a little bit more. You can see the leaning to the side just to see how that works. And yeah, pretty happy with it so far. So the only trick with this is if you're in DCS World, it's good to start it before you go in. Have it up and running and then start DCS World, but to get out to it, even if you're in windowed mode, is a bit of a pain. I go the Control Alt Delete so I can get my manager up, and then from that you're able to get down, and I'm just turning up the smoothing because I thought it was a little jittery, and just saving the DCS. And this does come with a whole range of preset ones, so you can start with those for Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can see it just picked up my face after a moment there, and let's just sit back and enjoy. As you can see, I can look up a little bit more there as we go around the corner, because you want to look into the corner where you're going, into the turn, and just enjoy the beautiful scenery that we have here in the Caucasus map inside a DCS World. And this really does give you a little bit more of a chance to see the quality of the scenery and the world around you. And it is a lot smoother. It's easier to get smooth replays here. And hopefully in the near future I've got a, isn't that magnificent? Got a 5600X about to be implanted. So we might do a few before and afters on that as we dive down into this valley and follow the power lines around. Try not to hit those on the way through, but it really is smooth. I've got to say, I enjoyed doing this. I was going to go back and do maybe some air-to-air combat, but I thought, well, I'd like to get this out first and just remind you guys that this is here now. There are some options. You can get FaceTrack, you can get TrackNOIR, which can be expensive. You can see it from like $180 to $300 on Amazon. It is very popular with a lot of guys, so I think, you know, that is certainly, if you're going to do this and you don't want to go VR, that would be a really good option. And that uses reflectors from a unit that goes on top of your TV. With this setup, this is just tracking my face and using a 720p webcam is all it's using, so you'd probably get a bit more detail if you were using and just playing with the cameras a little bit there, trying to see what else I can do with it. So the FacetrackNOIR is just there looking at my face as it is, and there is another option which is FreeTrack, and FreeTrack will also use a webcam, but it requires a similar setup as to FaceTrack, to TrackIR, I'm sorry, with 3 LEDs set on 3 legs, and you have to put those on a hat as you do with TrackIR. But that again may be a little bit better, and that will cost you nothing other than you need to build or buy the IR LED holders, if you like, the little lights, so it has something to track. And with that, you would be able to do that in a dark room, because the unit will be able to see those LEDs, and I'm sure you're not going to notice it yourself either. So heading down here, still staying pretty low level, discovering some of the views. I'm sure there's a lot more views here in DCS that I need to find, but we'll do that in time as we go into the break and come around. Now I'll be honest, I couldn't remember where the brakes were, so I didn't actually stop. We ended up in a smoking hole at the end of the runway, but getting the brake pretty good, altitude was good, and then a final turn and touchdown went down pretty well. So I've got a lot of work just setting up the switches and everything here, and I'm thinking of going to voice attack as well and giving that a bit of a try. That might be something we'll get to in maybe not too distant future. I think that's going to be a good thing. But which aircraft I'm going to fly? I really want to fly the Viper. I've always been a big fan of the Viper. I have worked on the F-18, was qualified on the 18 as a tradie, as a weapons tradie in the Air Force, a weapons loader if you like, but also did egress and munitions and a whole lot of other stuff in the RAAF. But the F-16 has always been my dream aircraft, I think, when it comes to jets, and having had a chance to sit in one back in the early to mid 1980s, when I was in Malaysia, when the USAF came over to visit us and was trying to sell them to the Malaysian Air Force. Yeah, got a chance to have a chat with the guys and have a look at their aeroplanes, and yeah, they were pretty amazing when I was working on something that was just about ready to retire, the Mirage 3, the 3.0 as it was in the Australian Air Force. So turning in finals, got the pretty much got the AOA right, speed right, and we'll come in for a quick touchdown. Now, if you haven't visited Let's Fly VFR, please come and visit Let's Fly VFR. There's lots happening there, lots of blogs on there, information, trying to grow that, and we'd love feedback from you as well. If you come and have a look and you like or you don't like what you see there or got suggestions, love to hear from you. Leave me a comment at the bottom of any of the blog pages, guys. We'd love to hear from you as we roll out here on the runway. As you can see, I'm tracking a little bit right and zoomed in a little bit there. It doesn't look as clear as it was, so things we learn as we go. So yeah, thanks for coming along, watching the video with me. Visit Let's Fly VFR, subscribe, like and share if you'd be so kind, and we're heading towards 2,000 subs, so that's great. See you then. Bye bye.